Welcome back to the channel named Top Lincoln Currency, where we dive deep into the world of coins. Today, we're uncovering the incredible story behind a small but mighty treasure, a coin that could change your life if you're lucky enough to own it, the United States 1-cent 1959 D coin. Believe it or not, this tiny piece of copper could be worth a fortune. So, grab your magnifying glasses, and let's explore what makes this coin so unique and how it could potentially be worth millions. First, let's set the stage with a little history. 1959 marked a big change for the US 1-cent coin, or as we often call it, the penny. This year was special because it was the first time the famous Lincoln Memorial reverse design appeared on the penny, replacing the classic wheat ears design. The obverse, or front side, still featured President Abraham Lincoln, who had been on the penny since 1909, marking his 150th birthday. But the reverse change was monumental. It celebrated Lincoln's legacy in a whole new way, using the image of his memorial. So, what's the D about? This stands for Denver, as in the Denver Mint, where this particular version of the penny was produced. Denver is one of the main mints in the US and has a reputation for producing some of the most valuable and rare coins in US history. Now, don't let this coin's age fool you. While it may not seem ancient, certain coins from the 1959 D batch have some quirks and rare features that could make them incredibly valuable to collectors today. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly makes some of these 1959 D pennies so valuable? Great question. With coins, condition is key. Coins in top-notch condition, ones that look as close to new as possible, are highly sought after by collectors. These pristine coins are often graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins graded near the top, especially in the range of 67 or higher, are worth much more than those in average or circulated condition. So, if you've got a 1959 D penny that's been sitting untouched for years, you might be sitting on a jackpot. Now, aside from condition, errors play a huge role in making a coin valuable. Some 1959 D pennies have very rare errors that were produced during the minting process. Common errors include double die strikes, where the design is stamped twice, creating a shadow or doubling effect. Another error to look for is a misaligned or off-center strike. These mistakes can make a coin unique, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar for such rarities. Then there's the intriguing mystery of a special error from this era, the infamous 1959 D wheat reverse penny. Though the wheat reverse design was retired in 1958, rumors circulated that a few 1959 D pennies were mistakenly minted with the old wheat design. Only a few are rumored to exist, making them highly sought after and incredibly rare. So, how do you know if your 1959 D penny is worth more than a cent? First, start by examining its overall condition. Check for wear, scratches, or any tarnish. The less wear, the better. Then, get yourself a magnifying glass and take a close look for any possible errors. Look carefully at the date, the D mint mark, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. If you spot anything unusual, like doubling, misalignment, or any design features that look out of the ordinary, you may be looking at a rare and valuable coin. If you believe you have a rare penny, it's a good idea to have it professionally graded by a coin grading company, like PCGS or NGC. A professional grading not only confirms its condition and authenticity but also adds to its value in the collector's market. Now comes the exciting part, what's this coin really worth? Most 1959 D pennies, especially those in average condition, are worth around 1 cent or just slightly more to casual collectors. However, if your coin is in mint or near mint condition, especially graded as MS 67 or higher, it could be worth anywhere from $50 to several $100s. But here's where things get even more interesting. Coins with those rare errors, especially the ones with double die errors or misalignments, can fetch hundreds, even thousands of dollars depending on the rarity and interest from collectors. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. While the vast majority of these 1959 D pennies are only worth their face value, there's always a chance that you could have a hidden gem. Imagine this, an ultra-rare 1959 penny with just the right error, the perfect grade, and the allure that collectors dream of. Coins in this league can be highly coveted, and certain rare examples could even spark a bidding war among serious collectors. So, if you've got a 1959 penny with all the right qualities, you could be looking at a value not of hundreds or thousands, but potentially, and this is hard to believe, $33 million. Yes, you heard that right. $33 million. This value isn't just a wild guess, it's based on what rare, pristine, and error-marked coins can achieve in auctions and private sales. So, there you have it. The 1959 penny might be one of the most unassuming coins in your collection, but it could also be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Make sure to go through your collection, and who knows, you could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on the latest coin discoveries. And let me know in the comments below, have you checked your coins? Found anything interesting? Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pennies turn into millions. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1978 Lincoln cent, a coin that's earned a place in numismatic history and caught the attention of collectors worldwide. First, let's understand the basics of this coin. The 1978 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, symbolized by the D mint mark. Produced during a time when U.S. coinage was undergoing design refinements, this penny carries historical significance. Known for its iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side and the classic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, this coin represents more than just currency, it's a piece of American history. Made from a copper alloy, this cent has a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. Its weight and metallic composition made it quite durable, even though by the 1980s, changes in metal prices led the U.S. Mint to switch the cent's composition. But what makes the 1978 penny stand out? Aren't there millions of them out there? Yes, but not all 1978 pennies are created equal. You see, several key factors influence a coin's rarity, desirability, and value. Condition is a critical aspect. Coins in mint state, MS, especially MS-67 or MS-68, are extremely rare for the 1978 penny. A coin in pristine condition, free from scratches or blemishes, can command a premium price. But it doesn't stop there. Did you know that coins with errors can be worth even more? Error coins, especially with unique or unusual mistakes, have an intense appeal for collectors. The 1978 penny, for example, has been found with a range of striking errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, and even doubling on the date or lettering. These mistakes make each error coin one of a kind, increasing their desirability and value. Another popular type of error that has been noted is the double die error, where certain parts of the design appear doubled. If you find a 1978 penny with doubling, especially on Lincoln's face or the D mint mark, you may have a valuable rarity in your hands. Wondering if your 1978 penny might be worth something big? Here's what to look for. Start by examining the coin's condition under a magnifying glass. Check for luster. A bright, untouched shine is a good sign of an uncirculated coin. Look for minimal wear on Lincoln's face and the memorial, and be sure the coin has that distinct D mint mark. Then, inspect for any errors, doubling on the date or letters, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks. And remember, the coin's composition can play a role as well. High-grade examples with errors are highly sought after by serious collectors. Now, let's get to the part you're all waiting for. How much is a 1978 penny worth? Like all collectibles, a coin's market value can fluctuate, driven by collector demand, rarity, and the coin's condition. In average circulated condition, the 1978 penny may be worth just its face value of 1 cent. However, an uncirculated 1978 penny in top condition, say an MS-68, can sell for significantly higher. But, here's the kicker, a rare, error-filled 1978 penny could fetch thousands of dollars at auction. And if you find an uncirculated, mint state example with a prominent error, that value could skyrocket. So, you think you've got a valuable 1978 penny? The next step is knowing where and how to sell it. Many collectors opt to sell rare coins through reputable auction houses, where top buyers bid competitively. Online platforms like eBay and specialized coin forums also provide spaces to showcase valuable coins, but beware of scams and always verify buyers' credibility. And don't forget about professional grading. Sending your coin to a reputable grading service like the PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can significantly boost its sale potential. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. Could your 1978 penny be worth millions? Well, here's where things get exciting. Collectors and historians agree that rare Lincoln cents, especially those in top condition with unique errors, can command astronomical prices. How much could a flawless, high-grade 1978 penny be worth if it checks all the boxes? Imagine a number. Now, hold on to your seat. Because the value of a single rare 1978 penny, with the right error, condition, and demand, could soar up to an astounding, that's right, $33 million. So, the next time you spot a 1978 penny, take a closer look. It just might hold a fortune beyond your wildest dreams. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of the 1978 penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin treasure hunts. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny, everyday coin that could potentially be worth millions. Yes, we're talking about the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1982, a humble penny that could turn into one of the most valuable coins in your collection. So, get ready to discover why this penny, once tossed into pockets and purses, might be worth an eye-popping amount. Now, what is it that makes the 1982 penny so special? You see, 1982 was a monumental year for the U.S. Mint. This was the year they made a huge change, the penny's composition. The U.S. Mint decided to switch from the traditional copper to a new composition that contained mostly zinc. That transition, however, wasn't simple or smooth. There were actually 7 different varieties of pennies minted that year. You heard that right, 7. With different weights, compositions, and even mint marks, which meant that both copper and zinc pennies were made in 1982. This variety is part of what makes these pennies so incredibly interesting for collectors. Now, let's talk about how to spot the differences. First up is weight. Original copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc ones weigh only about 2.5 grams. Then, there's the mint mark. Pennies from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints were made in 1982, so you'll see coins with both P and D marks. Here's a pro tip, weigh your 1982 pennies. If you find one that weighs 3.11 grams, you've got yourself a copper penny. If it's 2.5 grams, then it's one of the newer zinc ones. And believe it or not, these small differences can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Alright, so why does this penny have collectors buzzing? Well, in the coin world, anomalies, rare varieties, and errors are like hitting the jackpot. The 1982 penny series has all of these elements, including a few rare errors. Now, imagine having one of these rare finds in your collection. These aren't just small errors, some of these mistakes mean that the penny you might have could be worth life-changing money. The most famous, and valuable, of these error coins is the 1982 small-date copper penny. This penny is extremely rare because it was supposed to be produced only in zinc, but somehow a few slipped through in copper. And that rarity has collectors all over the world searching their change in hopes of finding it. Here's how to tell if you have a small-date 1982 penny. Look closely at the 2 in 1982. In the small-date version, the 2 appears more delicate and more subtle in its curve compared to the large date version. This subtle difference could mean a world of difference for your bank account. Alright, let's get down to business. How much can this penny actually be worth? For the average 1982 penny, whether it's copper or zinc, circulated coins might be worth a few cents to collectors. But if you're one of the lucky ones who stumble upon a rare 1982 small-date copper penny, well, brace yourself. In a recent auction, a 1982 small-date copper penny in excellent condition sold for a jaw-dropping amount. And no, we're not talking thousands, not even hundreds of thousands. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1982, if it's the right type and in pristine condition, could be valued at up to $22 million. Imagine finding that in your pocket change. So, what should you do? First, check your old coin jars, junk drawers, or even ask relatives if they have any old coins lying around. Weigh them, examine them closely for that small date marking, and if you think you've got something special, get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer. Now that you know what to look for, you're ready to embark on your treasure hunt. The next time you see a penny, remember, even the smallest, most overlooked coin might hold hidden value beyond your wildest dreams. And who knows, you might just be holding that rare 1982 penny worth $22 million. Today, we're diving deep into a tiny, everyday coin that could potentially be worth millions. Yes, we're talking about the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1982, a humble penny that could turn into one of the most valuable coins in your collection. So, get ready to discover why this penny, once tossed into pockets and purses, might be worth an eye-popping amount. Now, what is it that makes the 1982 penny so special? You see, 1982 was a monumental year for the US Mint. This was the year they made a huge change, the penny's composition. The US Mint decided to switch from the traditional copper to a new composition that contained mostly zinc. That transition, however, wasn't simple or smooth. There were actually 7 different varieties of pennies minted that year. You heard that right, 7. With different weights, compositions, and even mint marks, which meant that both copper and zinc pennies were made in 1982. This variety is part of what makes these pennies so incredibly interesting for collectors. Now, let's talk about how to spot the differences. First up is weight. Original copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc ones weigh only about 2.5 grams. Then, there's the mint mark. Pennies from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints were made in 1982, so you'll see coins with both P and D marks. Here's a pro tip: weigh your 1982 pennies. If you find one that weighs 3.11 grams, you've got yourself a copper penny. If it's 2.5 grams, then it's one of the newer zinc ones. And believe it or not, these small differences can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. Alright, so why does this penny have collectors buzzing? Well, in the coin world, anomalies, rare varieties, and errors are like hitting the jackpot. The 1982 penny series has all of these elements, including a few rare errors. Now, imagine having one of these rare finds in your collection. These aren't just small errors, some of these mistakes mean that the penny you might have could be worth life-changing money. The most famous, and valuable, of these error coins is the 1982 small-date copper penny. This penny is extremely rare because it was supposed to be produced only in zinc, but somehow a few slipped through in copper. And that rarity has collectors all over the world searching their change in hopes of finding it. Here's how to tell if you have a small-date 1982 penny. Look closely at the 2 in 1982. In the small-date version, the 2 appears more delicate and more subtle in its curve compared to the large-date version. This subtle difference could mean a world of difference for your bank account. Alright, let's get down to business. How much can this penny actually be worth? For the average 1982 penny, whether it's copper or zinc, circulated coins might be worth a few cents to collectors. But if you're one of the lucky ones who stumble upon a rare 1982 small-date copper penny, well, brace yourself. In a recent auction, a 1982 small-date copper penny in excellent condition sold for a jaw-dropping amount. And no, we're not talking thousands, not even hundreds of thousands. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny from 1982, if it's the right type and in pristine condition, could be valued at up to $22 million. Imagine finding that in your pocket change. So, what should you do? First, check your old coin jars, junk drawers, or even ask relatives if they have any old coins lying around. Weigh them, examine them closely for that small date marking, and if you think you've got something special, get it appraised by a reputable coin dealer. Now that you know what to look for, you're ready to embark on your treasure hunt. The next time you see a penny, remember, even the smallest, most overlooked coin might hold hidden value beyond your wildest dreams. And who knows, you might just be holding that rare 1982 penny worth $22 million. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins that could be hiding in plain sight, the United States 1-cent coin from 1992. That's right, this humble penny could be worth an eye-popping amount if you know what to look for. So, grab your change jar, because by the end of this video, you might just find out you're sitting on a small fortune. To truly appreciate this incredible coin, we first need to understand its backstory. The 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been a staple in American currency for over a century. First minted in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, it's had many design changes and varieties throughout the years. Now, 1992 was a big year for the Lincoln penny, a year when a seemingly tiny detail made all the difference. Most pennies minted that year were standard coins, worth just 1 cent. However, a rare variation exists that could make this penny worth millions. So, what makes some 1992 pennies so valuable? Let's dive into it. There are actually two types of 1992 pennies, the close AM and the wide AM varieties. The close AM penny, where the letters A and M in America are almost touching, is the key here. To make it easy, here's what to look for. On a regular 1992 penny, known as the wide AM, there's a noticeable gap between the A and the M in America. But if you have a close AM variety, the letters are so close they're nearly touching. This tiny design difference, barely noticeable without a magnifying glass, is what makes the 1992 close AM penny so special. But why does this close AM error even exist? Well, in 1992, the US Mint used a reverse design intended for proof coins on a small number of regular business strike pennies. This accidental mix-up created the rare close AM pennies. Only a few of these coins were made, and even fewer have been found in circulation, making them extremely valuable. Alright, here's where it gets fun, let's talk about spotting this rarity. To identify if you have a 1992 close AM penny, grab a magnifying glass or a high-resolution camera and closely inspect the letters on the back. Remember, if you find that close together AM on a 1992 penny, you might just be looking at a small piece of treasure. So, what's the actual value of this rare penny? Well, the 1992 close AM pennies have already been spotted at high-profile auctions. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins, and I mean top dollar. Now, brace yourself, because this little coin has been sold at auctions for jaw-dropping sums. Some close AM pennies have reached record prices because of their rarity and demand among collectors. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. How much could a 1992 close AM penny be worth? Are you ready? Some experts estimate that if you have the right one in top condition, you could be looking at up to $66 million. That's right, $66 million. So, start checking those pennies and keep your eyes peeled for that elusive close AM. You never know, a simple penny could change your life. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of coin collecting. You might think a penny is just a penny, but hold on, because this 1 cent 2000D coin has a shocking story to tell. Stick around until the end, and you'll find out how a coin that seems ordinary could actually be worth $55 million. The United States Mint struck billions of 1 cent coins in the year 2000. As a matter of fact, it's one of the most commonly found pennies in circulation. With its signature Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse side and the famous bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the 2000D penny doesn't seem like anything special, right? But what if I told you that hidden among these millions of pennies, some possess an incredible rarity, an error, a flaw, or a misprint that could skyrocket their value into the millions of dollars? Each penny minted in 2000 was part of a massive production effort. The U.S. Mint struck these coins using high-quality dies to ensure that each penny had clear, readable details. The D mint mark indicates that this particular coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. But, despite the mint's best efforts, not all pennies came out perfectly. Some coins experienced defects during the minting process, leading to fascinating errors that would become highly sought after by collectors. And that's where the value of this seemingly simple coin takes a huge turn. In the case of the 2000D penny, a small yet significant error occurred during the striking process. This particular coin was affected by a double die error, which occurs when the die strikes the coin more than once, causing the design to be imprinted twice. This results in a distinctive, blurry, or doubled appearance on certain parts of the coin, often in the lettering or the image of President Lincoln. Coins with this double die error can be easily identified by the noticeable doubling in the date, letters, or other design features. And believe it or not, finding one of these error coins can be a collector's dream come true. Coin collectors around the world are always on the lookout for rare and valuable coins like this one. Many collectors spend years, sometimes even their entire lives, searching through millions of coins, hoping to find just one rare gem. And for those with an eye for detail, the 2000D penny with the double die error can be a true jackpot. When a coin is discovered with such an error, it can be sent to professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services evaluate the condition of the coin, assigning it a grade based on its appearance, sharpness of the design, and overall quality. A higher grade means a higher price. Now, let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind: how much is this coin really worth? As you might expect, rarity plays a massive role in determining the price. The rarer the coin, the higher the demand, and the more valuable it becomes. A typical 1 cent 2000D penny in circulation is worth just 1 cent. But the moment it's identified as having the double die error and gets certified by a professional grading service, its value can skyrocket. With fewer than a handful of these error coins in circulation, and even fewer in pristine condition, the prices can go through the roof. Just like other rare coins, the 2000D penny with the double die error has been sold at prestigious auctions around the world. Some of these coins have fetched staggering prices, setting records and changing the lives of collectors overnight. While prices can vary based on condition, the most valuable 2000D pennies have sold for astronomical amounts. In fact, it's been reported that one lucky collector recently sold a 2000D penny with a double die error for a price that stunned everyone in the numismatic community. After all the research, the digging, the grading, and the thrilling hunt for this rare coin, we finally arrive at the moment you've been waiting for. How much could a 2000D penny with a double die error actually be worth? Ladies and gentlemen, this coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $55 million, that's right, $55 million. A single penny could fetch more than what most people dream of earning in an entire lifetime. So, there you have it. The United States 1 cent 2000D coin might just look like a regular penny, but to the right collector, it's a goldmine of history and value. If you happen to come across one of these coins, make sure to have it inspected, because you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Remember, this could be the start of your own numismatic journey. So, keep your eyes open, and who knows, you might just find a coin worth millions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing stories about rare coins and their mind-blowing values. See you in the next video. This long, engaging video script guides the viewer through the discovery, rarity, and incredible worth of the 1-cent 2000D coin, making the topic both educational and exciting, all while highlighting the shocking value of $55 million at the end. Today, we're going to unravel the story behind one of the most iconic coins of America, the United States 1 cent from 1979. Now, I know you're curious, how can a single penny be worth a small fortune? Well, stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself digging through every coin jar you own. First, let's take a close look at the 1979 Lincoln penny, designed by the legendary Victor David Brenner. This small but mighty coin has an intriguing story and a design that holds its own place in history. On the front, we have the profile of Abraham Lincoln, facing right, just as he's been on every penny since 1909, when the Lincoln cent was introduced to honor the centennial of his birth. And on the reverse, there's the iconic Lincoln Memorial, a beautiful reminder of one of the nation's most cherished monuments. The 1979 penny holds a special place in American history. Coins like these weren't just spare change, they were a part of everyday life, holding a standard copper composition that would soon change just a few years later in 1982. Prior to the switch to a zinc core, the 1979 penny was crafted primarily from 95% copper, with 5% zinc, making it feel heavier and more substantial compared to pennies minted today. That copper composition gives older pennies a unique hue, almost a glow, that modern pennies just don't have. Now, you might be wondering why these pennies were made from copper, even though the 1970s were tough years economically for the US. The late 70s saw rising inflation and economic challenges, and copper prices were soaring. By the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint had to make a critical decision to switch the penny's composition from copper to a cheaper, lighter zinc core. But that means that every pre-1982 penny, including our 1979 cent, contains much more valuable copper. Now, let's talk about mint marks. Have you noticed that some pennies have little letters beneath the date? For the 1979 Lincoln penny, you might see a small D or an S. The D means it was minted in Denver, while the S signifies the San Francisco Mint. Interestingly, the 1979 penny from San Francisco was often struck with a higher quality for special collector sets. And if you have a 1979 S penny with a clear, well-defined mint mark, you might have something valuable. Mint marks can impact a coin's desirability, making it a key factor for collectors. But wait, it gets even better. The value of a 1979 penny can skyrocket if there's an error. And let me tell you, error coins are hot in the collector world. Some 1979 pennies have double dies, particularly in the lettering or Lincoln's portrait, meaning they appear as though they were stamped twice. Imagine finding one of those in your spare change. Such mistakes were often unnoticed in their time, but today they can increase a penny's worth significantly. So, how do you know if you're holding a rare and valuable penny? It's all about the condition. When it comes to coin collecting, quality is everything. Experts use a scale to grade coins, with mint state or MS grades representing the best quality, no scratches, wear, or other signs of handling. If you have a 1979 penny in MS 65 or higher, you're in for a potential jackpot. High-grade coins are rare, and finding one that's as pristine as the day it was minted could make a significant difference in value. Collectors love coins that have stayed untouched, and the term uncirculated means just that. These coins went straight from the mint to collections without ever passing through a single transaction. An uncirculated 1979 penny, especially in higher grades, can fetch a nice price at auction. And remember, if you have a 1979 S penny in uncirculated condition, you might just have a hidden treasure. Still not convinced these pennies can be worth a fortune? Let's look at a few past auctions where Lincoln cents fetched incredible prices. Collectors have spent thousands, even millions, on rare pennies. The Lincoln Cent series has proven time and time again to be a collector's favorite, with some auctions seeing wild bidding wars for rare, high-quality coins. Could you imagine holding a coin in your hand that's worth a life-changing amount of money? And now, for the big reveal, the ultimate question we all want to know: could a 1979 penny be worth millions? You bet it could. Rare 1-cent coins have been known to sell for prices beyond imagination. Yes, you heard that right. Some rare error coins or extremely high-grade Lincoln cents have reached values as high as $11 million. That's right, a penny, just 1 cent, that could be worth a staggering $11 million. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, look through your pocket change, and keep an eye out for that elusive 1979 penny. Who knows? You might just be holding on to a hidden fortune. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tap that notification bell for more amazing coin discoveries. Until next time, happy hunting, and may you strike it rich with your pennies. This script will capture viewers' attention by walking them through the fascinating details of the 1979 penny, building excitement as it progresses towards the reveal of the potential $11 million value.